All right, Tori, there's some interesting articles out and about right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna share my screen here. So the coolest one to me, I know we've been talking about this forever, but
Yep.
Portland Diamond Project. So they just came out with some renderings of it, and this is, I don't know what you think.
It's,
Actually, what do you think about this?
I think it's amazing. It's ridiculous. Look how fun that looks.
Yeah, like
And just
this
to
is
be
the
clear,
Telecom. Yeah,
yeah, Tillicum and then Ross Island. But yeah, potential MLB stadium for Portland. They've been talking about it for a long time. It's still not confirmed, but these drawings are pretty exciting.
yeah. Well, I think they have the location actually like identified and set. So they're waiting on the city of Portland and the state for funding on it. But
Hmm.
I mean, I'm thinking to myself like some of the complaints are going to be traffic. I would think would be the big one.
Hmm.
But like, yeah, traffic's gonna be rough. But think of how many people could literally walk like
Yeah,
to a game. Like
from the
where
east
are
side over the
from the
Tillicum.
east side? Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Or
yeah,
ride your bike, or because
yep.
our office is a mile and a half away, a little bit
Hmm.
less than a mile and a half. Which like if we could walk to a lunch game, that
Oh
would
my
be
gosh,
so cool.
it'd be so
I don't
fun.
even
Oh
like
my gosh.
baseball, but
I, for me, for any sport, I just want to go.
yeah, yeah,
I don't care what it is. It's just like the ambiance of a stadium. But yeah, it just looks awesome and also pretty cool that you can pull up via boat. I mean, that's kind of I don't know of any many stadiums that have that
and
feature.
yeah, and collect the Barry Bonds 700 home runs out there. Yeah, I don't
Oh
even.
yeah.
I mean, I think this is so awesome. I remember going to a Mariners game when I was a kid with my uncle and cousins, and
Uh-huh.
again, I didn't know baseball or anything, but it's such a different sport. Like
Yes.
it's just you just kind of hang out, you know. Yeah,
Yeah.
so they're trying to. There's a whole. I don't. This is a little bit complicated, but part of how they're trying to get a bond set up is to basically they're collecting income taxes on the players. So they're going to apparently pay this off. But some of these renderings, though, I was thinking about how much this would change the dynamic of this area
I
because
know.
also it's close to downtown too.
Hmm.
So I just think it would change. I think this would be so good for the city.
Well,
I want to
totally.
expand
And
this.
I think it's another interesting part is, those condos in the South Waterfront.
Yeah.
They're really nice. People like them a lot. I will say a complaint about them is that people feel like they're on an island, even though
Hmm.
it's just basically, 5-10 minutes from downtown Portland. But it kind of is, It's like
Yeah.
you drive in there and then there's the restaurants in that area and then there's nothing else.
Yeah.
So this I think will only plump up that area and maybe increase the values of those condos as well. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. The other weird part is I wish I pulled up the other photo of what it is now. It's just a piece of dirt, which
Yeah.
is interesting. But yeah, it's just nothing. It's like I don't know. I'm sticking on this too long, but I think this is such a cool photo.
It really
This is
is.
like
Yeah.
2050
Yeah.
Portland, like, but it's
Yeah.
possible in a couple of years. So,
Yeah.
anyways, okay. And then
Do we have a
there's
timeline on that? Do you know?
2027 is the idea.
Okay.
So I think we'll see. Hopefully Portland doesn't figure out a way to mess that one up. So anyways, I think the next like kind of interesting, this is not surprising, but is the Ritz. So there's some news that came out about the Ritz. I mean, we know this because we've seen this, but a lot of people probably don't like realize this. But they're really struggling to sell anything in this building. We were looking it up. I mean, today I think the lowest listing is a one bedroom, 900 square feet for 960,000, and the next, I don't know,
Yeah.
cheapest, whatever.
Yeah.
Next one is 1.4, and it's still about the same size.
Yeah.
Um, but it's crazy. They've sold. I think they've sold less than 10%. Yeah, so only 8% of the units have been sold.
Yeah.
Which it's crazy at an average square foot price of 1,100. I mean, Portland right now, average square foot price is going to be, I don't know, anywhere between. Well, Portland's probably around 300. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know what your thoughts are
Yeah.
on this building.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just interesting. When I heard the Ritz was coming to Portland, I was like, the Ritz in Portland, Oregon. What an interesting mix.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think it'll at some point swing back, but yeah, it seems like, the bank is wanting to maybe seize the property back, but we'll just have to see what happens, obviously. Now, I will say I have been to a restaurant in the Ritz. It was amazing. It was really good.
Yep.
I've had, a lot of friends who've gone there and had the same experience. I also went there once and I saw Maya Rudolph, and it was very exciting. I was very starstruck, and she stayed there. And so was Amy Poehler and Tina Fey that night. So that's exciting.
That is cool. That's fun. Yeah, I think it's an ironic number, 503.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
at least it's not 971.
There you go. I think it's interesting because I think, I'm not sure what they would do to turn this around other than, obviously, I don't even know how far off on price they are. You know what I mean? Like there's some resale. Sure. We were looking at some of the resale units in there, and like, what is there, one? Yeah, it's
one that we saw.
Yeah, one it's just been sitting on the market. It's like, how are you gonna? That's the other issue with buying into a new building, especially if nothing's been sold. It's like, It's a hard one to do because the only way you would buy into a building like this is if you see a massive future. Now, that being said, Portland Diamond Project, does that change things? I think it does.
Yeah, very good point. Yeah,
who knows?
Totally.
Who knows?
Yeah, and I think that I could be wrong, but I feel like downtown has the potential to come back. It's been through some struggles, obviously, but I don't think it's going to be that way forever. So I think it just needs some time.
Yeah,
we'll have a renaissance.
Hopefully. All right, last project. I think this is cool. I just have always been interested in this building. I mean, it's right off 84, right by Grant High School. It's like, what could this be? So this building, I think, was built in 1917, something like that. But it's been a lot of different things. But it was built in like 9 months. It's like 40,000 square feet, and it's going to go for auction at $225,000, I think, at the end of this month. But the problem with it is it's not seismically retrofitted, so they'd have to do that, which would be really expensive. These setbacks are pretty difficult. I think.
Oh my gosh! I mean, it's it's seismic. It's
there's no photos.
Lead-based paint, asbestos, plumbing.
Yeah.
Everything. But I am so interested in this because, like you just said, my entire life I have noticed this building. It's always been vacant. And it just skips more and more graffiti over time.
Yeah.
But it's a great location. I mean, it's 33rd and Northeast Broadway. And, across the street from that is apartments, a New Seasons. That area is just, Sullivan's Gulch is the closest neighborhood, I believe. Grant High School's right up the road. It's an amazing neighborhood, and I'm just curious of what that will become. I'm excited for whoever takes that project on.
Yeah, it'll be. Someone has to, because it's on the Portland's historic registry.
Yes.
So they can't tear it down.
Right.
So someone's got to do something to it. So this is the auction website, next commercial website. There's some really cool photos. Let me see if I can get of the interior. Oh, here we go. Might as well just throw a Matterport up. But someone at some point, I don't know the history behind this, but they gutted it. But you can see,
amazing.
I don't know if you can see this. Oh yeah. So it's this old growth timber. And you can, if I can zoom in on it, like it's in reasonable shape. So most of these windows are all punched out and everything. Obviously this floor doesn't look great.
Yeah.
But that's
But you're right about the timber though. It's, other than the graffiti, it could be restored in a really cool way. I don't know how it works, with single family homes.
Are you working on the building here?
yeah, I am. With single family homes, when it's historical, you have to keep at least one wall, I think. And maybe someone will essentially demolish it and keep one wall, or they'll, I don't know, renovate it. I don't know. It'll be interesting. There's a lot of opportunity.
There's a lot of opportunity. What are we looking at, Tori?
Okay, so anyways, move along.
Anyways, someone was having fun in this building. Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's pretty cool that, to your point earlier, like who is going to renovate this? What's it going to be? I'm thinking, this could be like a workout facility, like a really cool gym, or it could just be anything in like sports world. It could be a bar, restaurant.
Oh my gosh. It could be like
office,
retail
commercial.
on the bottom.
Yeah.
Office space above, residential above. There's just, I mean, I don't know the zoning, so I'm kind of throwing things out there, but it seems like there's a lot of opportunity for it.
Oh yeah, no, it's mixed use. I mean, they could could do whatever. I don't think it's residential. I don't think there's an ability to have, it's CM3 zoning. So yeah, it's a commercial, flexible zoning. So you could do anything commercial related into it. But yeah, it's just like you look at all these windows here and you're like, okay, so I mean, everything needs to be done, but it's a cool location.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but I
Yeah,
don't
I think
know.
it used to be Gordon's Fireplace or something. That's the last
I think
name
the
I can
original
remember.
thing was they built like airplane parts in it
Oh,
back
that's
in
very cool.
this 1918. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what it
For
was built for. Yeah, I think I said this, but it was built in 9 months. It's like, it's always
wow.
interesting
It's the
how
tail end of World War One. It's
eh,
crazy. Yeah.
people got things built. But
Yeah.
yeah, we're right next to this water tower building. They've renovated that. It's kind of a similar structure.
Yeah.
There's hope. So
Yep.
yeah.
Cool.
All right, cool.